Veterans. Thank you.
Please join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join us in a moment of silence on behalf of all of those who have paid the ultimate price, helping to protect and preserve the freedoms that we all enjoy. We also want to send our most profound thoughts and prayers out to every man and woman in uniform on behalf of this great nation. Colored Guard, or your arms. Colored Guard, about face. You may be seated if you'd like, please. You can stay there. Good evening, everyone. Honorable Mayor, esteemed council, we are truly appreciative of being here before you this evening. Why are we here? Well, we are here because of those lovely young ladies right there who I had an opportunity to see their lovely faces as they were providing support to the men and women who serve this country. And we wanted to come here and meet you in person and formally express our sincerest thanks and appreciation for your support. We are the Michigan Veterans Foundation. I'm Tyrone Chapman, the Chief Executive Officer. I'm also a Vietnam veteran, and I'm very proud of that. Why do I say that? Because obviously, we Vietnam veterans came home to less than a hero's welcome. But as we say to people, regardless of how you feel about politics or who's in power, we're soldiers. We don't make decisions to deploy. We just go away and exert our nation's will. And it seems to me that if we are fortunate enough to make it back, then we are owed a debt of gratitude. Because after all, we parked our lives, our careers, our families, and everything, and we went after the bad guys. And I dare say that we've done a good job going after those bad guys. But we have men who sometimes come home with challenges. Our job at the foundation is to help them regain their stability, make the transition from being a soldier to a civilian all over again, and everything that that entails. And that is an extremely difficult challenge for us. We have a beautiful facility in Detroit. We've been around since 1989. It was started by a bunch of us Vietnam veterans, and we decided we were going to help out our own fellow soldiers. Today, we're proud of our accomplishments in that we have a 104-bed transitional living program in the city of Detroit. We also own and operate 12 houses that we call an all-veterans village. So in our own special way, we've been helping to repopulate the city of Detroit with our nation's patriots who have been away, abroad, engaged in nation building, and now we're back home. We're going to do some things domestically to help make the city rise back to the greatness that I, having grown up in that city, knew of its history. So to that end, I'm going to ask Captain Williams to please bring your team up here and flank these lovely young ladies, if you would, please. All throughout history, young men and women have answered the call, and they've worn uniforms of various varieties. I myself was a Cub Scout. I was so poor we could never afford a uniform, but I had my hat and my scarf, and I knew the oath. But to see you lovely children in your uniforms, this is just a testament to the service that we as Americans are willing to give of ourselves, because after all, we are a nation of greatness. We are a nation that enjoys its freedom because someone's son, aunt, mother, uncle, dad, wife took the oath, put a uniform on, and went away to do whatever it was that they were required to do. Color guard, right, face. Today, though, we are here to honor Romulus Girl Scout Troop 71551. We're here because those beautiful blankets that you guys provided for the troops are being used as I speak. And when I told the men who were using those blankets that we were coming out here and we would see your lovely faces, they all asked me to say hello, each and every one of you. So to that end, hello. We are recognizing you and your invaluable contributions to the cause of supporting our nation's patriots who find themselves disenfranchised. The mission of the Michigan Veterans Foundation is to help these men regain their stability, have them get back out here into society functioning as positive, productive, tax-paying, voting members of society. So on behalf of the foundation, all of our veterans that are in residence, we humbly ask that you please accept this as a small token of our thanks and our appreciation for your support. Please, who should I give this to? You. Please accept that. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. I want to say God bless each and every one of you today. God bless your families. And may God continue to bless the United States of America, the land of the free, because of the brave. Thank you, ladies, so very, very much. Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
You're most welcome. And thank you, Honorable Counsel and Mr. Mayor. For their very great things. Also, if I could just real quickly point out Mr. McCrae, who made the connection with us in this lovely troop. We are hanging out with these guys, Rolling Thunder. They do a lot of great stuff for our troops, so thank you so very much. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
If I could, I wanted to say thank you to Bob McCray for making the connection. Thank you to the veterans for service and for coming out tonight. And thanks to the Girl Scouts for all your hard work. Mr. Chairman, would it be appropriate for council to do a resolution recognizing them for their efforts helping with the blanket drive, please?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Kraut for the resolution. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
if I could, to the, Bob, to the commander himself, as a veteran, non-serving in Vietnam, but in from 62 to 65, my hat's off to you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair and Council, tonight's council meeting agenda has been amended, and item 6A3 was added to the agenda. Our city council regular meeting, the amended agenda is this, I'm sorry, let me back up one. The roll will show that all members are present. And now the amended agenda. Number 1, agenda. 2, minutes. 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5, mayor's report. 6A, clerk's report. 6B, treasurer's report. 7, public comment. 8, unfinished business. 9, new business. 10, communication. 11, for approval is warrant 15-01, and number 12, adjournment. And a motion would be in order to accept the amended council meeting agenda.
So moved. Support.
Motion by Ms. Makowski, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for approval of the amended agenda as presented. Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Agenda approved.
2A for approval are the minutes from the regular council meeting held January 5th, 2015.
So moved for January 5th, 2015.
Support.
A motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, for approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting held January the 5th, 2015. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved. And I want to let Girl Scouts know you can be excused if you like. You don't have to stay for the meeting. And thanks for coming.
Under 2B for approval are the minutes from the special meeting held January 5th, 2015. This was a study session regarding the City of Romulus Visioning Plan. This special meeting was at 6:00 p.m.
So moved for approval of the minutes from the special meeting held on January 5th, the study session for the Romulus Visioning Plan.
Support.
Been motion by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Choate, for approval of the minutes from the special meeting held on January 5th, 2015, at 7 p.m. study session for the Romulus Visioning Plan. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
There are no petitioners on the agenda. Number 4 is the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. First of all, at 6 p.m., we had a study session for the general audit for our fiscal year ending June the 30th, 2014. At 7:15, we had a study session reviewing our quarterly investment review. And at this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Frank Audia to give us kind of like an overview of our meeting, study session we had.
Good evening, Mr. Chair. I'm Frank Audia, partner with Plant Moran, and our firm is responsible for the city's financial statement audit. We did perform the financial statement audit for the year ended June 30, 2014. I'll just report some of the highlights, Mr. Chair, from that meeting. The city received from our firm an unmodified opinion on the city's financial statements. It's the highest level of opinion that the city can receive from an external auditor. It means that the city's financial statements are in conformance with generally accepted accounting principles. It's the type of opinion that you're really after in the audit, and the type of opinion that bondholders and other stakeholders looking at your financial statements are looking to see. Relative to the results themselves, while the economy continues to improve, we're seeing an uptick in the housing market, improved employment results. Some of the private sector companies are continuing to do well. The overall municipal finance environment remains still extremely challenging. There are a number of structural issues, nothing to do with the city of Romulus, though, that are impacting your ability to generate revenue, the interaction of the Headley Amendment in Proposal A, the level of state funding today compared to where it would have been in the early 2000s. Numerous challenges remain. That said, we spent some time focusing on the city's general fund. General fund revenue and expenditures for the year ended June 30, 2014 were about where they were in 2013. That's a great result. You were actually able to add to your general fund balance or your savings account. Again, in this environment, that's a result that we would be extremely pleased with as your external auditor. We continue to be concerned is not necessarily the right word, but cautionary about the municipal finance environment, and more so the fact that your millage rate of 10 mills in your charter is about half of what we'd see for a normal home rule city with your service offering, which typically has a charter millage of 20. So you folks continue to get an amazing amount done. Your value to your citizens relative to the tax on the city bill it continues to be a very, very, very high value. We also looked at the water and sewer fund, and you're maintaining an adequate level of working capital in the water and sewer fund, which is very important just from a cash flow standpoint in the event that there are capital needs as well that you're not able to bond. As I mentioned, the municipal finance model remains a challenge. There still are some unknowns, particularly with the personal property tax legislation that's coming into play. So you continue to do a great job managing on the cost side of the equation. There were significant reductions this year in your ongoing legacy costs, which is, again, an excellent accomplishment in this environment. We did complete this year's audit with a new finance director. Her and her team did a great job. We received terrific cooperation from all of management in the completion of audit. There were no issues that got in the way of the completion of the audit. So that really is a high-level report on the study session that we had on this topic earlier, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Audia. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, if I
yes,
could,
Mr.
just a
Mayor.
quick comment. I just want to give a shout out to Suzanne and Abby in finance who worked hard. I know especially Suzanne came in kind of mid-year, jumped in with both feet. They both did a great job meeting the deadline. And also thank Plant Moran for their efforts and support in performing the audit and making sure that we're on track. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. That concludes the chairman's report.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
I'll make the motion to accept the chairman's report. Support.
Motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Makowski to accept the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Mr. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved. Thank you.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Good evening, council, treasurer, clerk, and deputy clerk. Don't mean to forget you, Barb. Sometimes I go right past that. And members of the audience, a real quick quote for tonight goes as this: wisdom is knowing what to do next. Virtue is doing it. And I tied that in because we just went through an audit. And we've also made the right decisions with city council, with our team, to make sure that we're making the right decisions to keep our ship going in the right direction. So thank you for that, council. Some good news wanted to pass along and announce to the city council and the public as well. We had put J.D. Settles in as an interim public safety director, if you recall, while we were doing a search. I've had a privilege, really, to get to know J.D., his background, his strength in administrative, the coolness and calmness and maturity that he brings to not just the police side, but police, fire, and ordnance. You've heard me talk about core values. This guy lives them. He's fit our team perfectly. We're all different, and that's what makes a good team when we're trying to make decisions in his vertical versus other areas. If it's IT, finance, everybody has their strength and background. But I tell you, this man knows police, fire, ordnance. He's brought just a lot of wealth and added to our team. And because of that, and having a chance to both see candidates, what was out in the market versus what we have in our very own town, I feel that he more deserves to have the interim removed. So as of today, I'm announcing to you, and it was announced to the departments by way of memo, that J.D. Settles is the Director of Public Safety. I think he's going to continue to do a great job. I look forward to working with him and having him work with council. He's done a great job already on communication, teamwork, and as I said, integrity really is what he's all about. What I'd like to do at this time is welcome our Public Safety Director up, just to maybe say a couple words or answer any questions from council, but also I wanted to congratulate him. So come on up, J.D.
Good evening, council,
Good evening.
treasurer, city clerk, deputy clerk. First off, I want to thank the mayor for giving me this opportunity to continue to lead the Romulus Department of Public Safety. I think the Romulus Department of Public Safety will be and is one of the finest police departments in Wayne County. We all know that the department has went through some changes these last 2 years. But these last few weeks, I've seen a lot of change. I've seen a lot of turnaround. I've seen the police officers walking around smiling and giggling and joking. And I hadn't seen that when I first got here. Since I've been the interim public safety director, there's only been 2 citizen complaints, and both of those have been unfounded. These past 2 weeks, I've received a number of calls from citizens commending the work that the police officers have been doing. And, you know, and that makes these guys feel good. They're really happy about that. The other thing I want to say is that, and you've heard me say this before, some of the people in the room, that I think that citizens of Romulus should be extremely proud to have a man like Leroy Berthkoff leading them going into 2015. A lot of you were there at the State of the City address, and you've seen a lot of the good things that he's done, along with staff he put together, city council. He's done a whole lot that first year. So I can only imagine what he's going to do for these next 3 years. Thank you. I'm glad you decided to have me a part of your team, sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, Yeah, Mayor, I would just like to say, Mr. Suttles, I'm glad that you accepted the job, and I was hoping that you would. And the mayor, it was a good choice you made. You picked a person that has character and honesty. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Some other things, just more housekeeping FYI. I will not be at the next meeting, Mr. Chairman. I have a planned trip, so I will not be at that one. I'll be back first week in February. Couple things that are significant dates coming up that I did want to mention. The 13th of this month is a pretty big date, and I just wanted to wish John Barton happy birthday. Your birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday, John. You know, Director Settles talked about State of the City real quick. We got the State of the City playing on cable. They are adding the interviews. There were several interviews done after that. Those interviews had to be edited, but those will be put at the tail end of that so the public can see them. We're replaying it on cable now. It'll soon be available in YouTube as well, too. You know, we have a lot of people that want to bring it up online and look at it, so as soon as they can get that put together, it'll be on YouTube as well. Something else, this is obviously the winter months. You know, we're dealing with snow, cold weather. I get a lot of questions in my office. We get a lot of them at DPW about cleaning the streets, snow plowing, so forth. As we've talked about, we're trying to tell that message of how it works. So what I'd like to do, Mr. Chairman, if I could, is briefly have Bob McCrate come up and just talk about how that works behind the scenes so the resident home can maybe understand how they attack certain arteries and then make their way around the community. So thank you, Mr. McCrate, for coming up. If you could give a little just background on what happens when, you know, when we start to get snow, what triggers things, and how do we ultimately get all the streets clear?
Absolutely. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council, Madam Treasurer, Madam Clerk. First, I'd like to set the record straight, though, on one minor issue. One little issue we had today as far as credit for the blanket drive and the Girl Scout connection. I'd like to thank Councilwoman Roscoe for setting that up. She was the one that brought the Girl Scouts and got them involved and put them together with the veterans. Yeah, we chaired the blanket drive, but that was all done on her part.
Thank you, Celeste. Thank you very much.
Make sure credit was. But back to the original reason I was up here was on the roads and the snow emergencies in the winter months in the city. Really what we do is when the calls come in from PD, obviously during the day we can see when it's going, we know when to deploy the plows and get the guys out there working on the roads. But at night, we're not around, we depend on dispatch. They'll call us from reports for the police officers, let us know when the roads are getting slick or dangerous, so they need attention. We'll send our dispatch, our drivers out to the major roads, through the city, Grant, Northline, Bivens, Beverly, but they don't really hit the secondary streets, and the policy has been in the past, and it's always because you have to watch your budget and where we're putting the salt. We don't go into the secondaries or the subdivision streets until we have at least 4 inches of snow. Now that's a guideline. We try to stick to that just so we can be budget conscious and we want to keep our roads safe for travelers, but we'll look at the weather behind the event also. Today we had guys in the subdivisions plowing because we only had 3 inches of snow. 2 in some areas. But the weather tonight and tomorrow is supposed to be in single digits, so we know we're going to have a freezing packed mess. So we had the guys get out there and hit the secondary streets. There's also regulations from the state and from the DOT. If the drivers are on the road for so many hours, they need to have downtime so it's safe for them and for our citizens. So even though some of those guys will be out there and they'll drive for 30 hours if we let them, and that happened a little bit last year. Guys were really pushing the limits because they want to take care of the roads and they take pride in their job. You got to pull them in, you got to give them downtime. So some of the factors that go into our decision making for when we plow and how long we plow are, the cost of salt, the labor hours, the conditions of the road, the conditions coming. Is it going to be? Do we get 2 inches of snow today, and the next 3 days is supposed to be 50 degrees? And in that case, we probably wouldn't hit the secondary streets. So it's always, Michigan weather is. It's a living, breathing animal. It can change in 1 minute to the next. So we depend on our staff and input from PD and make a decision about how and when to plow the roads.
Thank you, Mr. McCray. And just on top of that, we have very dedicated road crews. I mean, they're out no matter what it takes. When they get the call, they come in, they work hard to clear the streets. I would just ask that try to be careful around them. Those trucks, when they're loaded with salt and they're pushing, they can't stop like a normal vehicle can. Give them extra room, give them respect. They work hard, they do a great job, and I hear a lot of compliments when I'm in other communities. They're envious of how our roads get cleared. So they do a great job, tough conditions, but if you could just pass that on, we appreciate it. I know council appreciates it, and we take for granted how good we have it.
And one more on that note, I'd like to make one more comment. The drivers that we have, they're very serious about the work, and they take a lot of pride in it, and they really like to get the roads open since schools aren't closed. They pride themselves on that. So they're your neighbors, they're members of the community, and they're out there doing their job as best they can. And I'd like to ask residents to help them out and to help them do their job better. When you see the snow coming, clear the roads. It makes it so much more efficient. We save your tax dollars, we save their hours. It's safer for them. If we get the cars out of the road, we only have to hit those streets once. We have to keep coming back for multiple trips and wasting our man hours. We can't get back to other roads and tasks we need to do. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Now into my normal report for action items. What I have before you under 5A is just a request for our Downriver Community Conference dues, which are $4,750.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, for the Downriver Community Conference dues, and it's based on the population of the city.
Motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Abdo, to authorize to renew our annual Downriver Community Conference membership dues for the city of Romulus in the amount of $4,750. Any discussion? Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. And kind of the secondary action from that is to authorize renewal of our Downriver Community Conference mutual aid, which is $15,994.01.
So moved. Support.
Motion by Ms. Makowski, supported by Ms. Roscoe, to authorize to renew our annual Downriver Community Conference menu aid dues for the city of Romulus in the amount of $15,994.01. Discussion. Ms. Makowski.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Mr. Kraut.
Yes.
Ms. Choate.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Next, I have several different appointments. There's still some more appointments to come, but some of these were timely that I needed to get to city council. The first of which is the Recreation Commission, and you have a request to approve appointments of Zachary Ward, who is the Romulus High School representative, and Arnett Chisholm. Both those terms are through January 1st of 17.
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
I'll make that motion to approve the appointments of Zachary Ward as the Romulus High School representative and Arnett Chisholm with terms to expire on January 1st, 2017.
Support.
Motion by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Makowski, to approve the appointments of Zachary Ward, Romulus High School representative, and Arnett Chisholm with the term to expire on January the 1st, 2017. In discussion.
Mr. Chair, if I may?
Yes, Ms. Makowski.
I would just like to recognize the students that are getting involved in our community. Mrs. Abdo's team with the National Health, or
Honor Society.
National Honor Society, National Health, and just activities like this. This is great to have that sort of involvement, so I'm very pleased about that.
Thank you.
I agree.
Okay, Ms. Abdo,
Yes.
Ms. Makowski,
Absolutely,
Mr.
yes.
Wadsworth.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Mr. Kraut.
Yes.
Ms. Choate.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Next one is for Brian McNeil for the Environmental Protection Board, expiring March 26th of 15.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, for Brian McNeil.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe, to approve the appointment of Brian McNeil to the Environmental Protection Board with a term to expire March the 26th, 2015. Any discussion? Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Ms. Makowski.
Yes.
Mr. Kraut.
Yes.
Ms. Choate.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Next one would be for Rick Perry for Construction Board of Appeals, expiring May 28th of 15.
Make that motion to approve the appointment of Rick Perry to the Construction Board of Appeals with the term expiring May 28th, 2015.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Choate, to approve the appointment of Rick Perry to the Construction Board of Appeals with a term expiring May 28th, 2015. Discussion. Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Choate.
Yes.
Mr. Kraut.
Yes.
Makowski.
Yes.
Roscoe.
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Next one is for Jeffrey Mansfield to the Tax Increment Finance Authority to expire November 30th of 15.
So moved for Jeffrey Mansfield for the Tax Increment Finance Board.
Motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Kraut, to approve the appointment of Jeffrey Mansfield to the Tax Increment Finance Authority with a term expiring November the 30th, 2015. Discussion. Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Mr. Kraut.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Ms. Makowski.
Yes.
Choate.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. Next is for Planning Commission, and we're asking for Jerry Frederick and Edna Talon Jameson for appointments and reappointment of Mike Glockfelty, all expiring on January 31st of 18.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Ms. Choate.
I would like to make the motion that we approve the appointment of Jerry Fredericks and Edna Talon Jemison and reappoint Mike Glockfelty to the Planning Commission with all their terms expiring January 31st, 2018.
Support.
The motion by Ms. Choate, supported by Ms. Roscoe, to approve the appointments of Jerry Frederick and Edna Talon Jameson, as well as the appointment of Mike Glockfelty to the Planning Commission with the term expiring January 31st, 2018. Discussion. Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. The next one is for the Officer Compensation Commission, and this is for Carmelita Johnson to expire December 31st of 2021.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, for Carmela Johnson.
The motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Kraut, for reappointment of Carmelita Johnson to the Officer Compensation Commission with a term expiring December 31st, 2021. Any discussion? Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. The next one is for the Police Fire and Safety Commission, and what you have before you is a reappointment of Mark Wilhide and Cynthia Harris, and that terms to expire February 22nd of 17.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Ms. Choate.
I'll make the motion that we concur with the administration and approve the reappointments of Mark Wilhide and Cynthia Harris to the Police, Fire, and Safety Commission with term expiring February 22nd, 2017.
Support.
Motion by Ms. Choate, support by Ms. Roscoe. Concur with the administration and approve the reappointment of Mark Wilhide and Cynthia Harris to the City of Romulus Police, Fire, and Safety Commission with terms to expire on February 22nd, 2017. Discussion, Ms. Choate.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth. Ms. Makowski.
Yes.
Mr. Kraut.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. And my last request for action is to authorize us to enter into an agreement with the state of Michigan for the Fireworks Delegation Authority.
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Yes, Mr.
I'd like to
Kraut.
make the motion that we authorize administration to enter into the agreement with the state of Michigan for Fireworks Delegation Authority at Gives us some good revenues.
Support.
Motion by Ms. Makowski, supported by Ms. Roscoe, to authorize the mayor, clerk, to recognize the Romulus Fire Department as authorized delegate to perform fireworks inspection duties for a consumer fireworks retail location within the city of Romulus. Any discussion? Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. That concludes my report.
Thank you.
6A1 is the clerk's report. 6A1 for second reading and final adoption is the 2014 through 2019 City of Romulus Parks and Recreation Master Plan. The master plan was introduced for first reading at the council meeting of January 5th, 2015.
So moved, Mr. Chairman, for second reading and final adoption of the 2014-2019 City of Romulus Parks and Recreation Master Plan.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Kraut, for second reading and final adoption of the 2014 to 2019 City of Romulus Parks and Recreation Master Plan. Any discussion?
Just a quick comment. I compliment the mayor and his council for bringing recreation back to the city.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Okay, Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
6A2, Maria Lambert, who is the DDA Director and the CDBG Coordinator, is requesting a public hearing for the proposed final projects for the anticipated 2105 through 2016, and I believe that should be 2015 through 2016 CDBG allocation on Monday, January 26, 2015, at 7:00 p.m.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe.
I'll make that motion that we have a public hearing requested for the FY 2015 to 2016 Community Development Block Grant.
Support.
Motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Makowski, for public hearing request for the fiscal year 2015 to 16 at 7:15 at the Community Block Grant. Any discussion? Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Under 6A3, we have a study session request for Thursday, January 22nd, 2015, and this is to discuss the neighborhood street improvements. The original request was for 6 o'clock, but we would like to schedule that for 5:30. And this is to discuss the neighborhood street improvements.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Abdo.
I'll make that motion to schedule a study session on Thursday, is it Thursday? January 22nd at 5:30 to discuss neighborhood street improvement.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Abdo,
Say,
support.
excuse me, I got a question before we go on.
Uh,
Thursday, the study session?
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought maybe I was reading it wrong.
Part of that, Councilman Abdo, is I wanted to be present for that, and I'm going to be missing that next meeting. So we were trying to fit it in before that, if that's possible. Thank you.
Okay. It's been motioned by Mr. Abdo, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for a study session for Thursday, January 22nd, 2015, at 5:30 to discuss the neighborhood street improvements. Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Ms. Makowski.
Yes.
Mr. Kraut.
Yes.
Ms. Choate.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. We will have a study session.
Before I close out my report, I would like to make an announcement. And just to remind everyone of the Martin Luther King Day celebration for Monday, January 19th, 2015. This year's theme is "The time is always right to do what is right." And this is a quote from Dr. King. The schedule of events are, if you would like to participate in the walk, you could meet up at the middle school at 7:30. If you would like, you can park your car at the high school, and there will be shuttle service to shuttle you over to the middle school. The march will begin at 8:00 a.m. If you choose not to march, a continental breakfast will be served over the high school cafeteria. And then the program, the MLK Celebration Program, will begin at 9:30 in the auditorium. And I must say, we have a lot of participation from the schools this year. And the committee itself, we have a lot of volunteers actually from the community that's participating. So we're really looking forward to a great program this year. So we'd like to invite everyone to come out and please participate and attend this event. And that will conclude the clerk's report.
Okay, thank you.
6B is the treasurer's report.
Good evening again, council, mayor, clerk, deputy clerk, and residents. As treasurer, I'm here to remind you that property taxes are due February 14th, which falls on a weekend, and then February 16th is a holiday, so we will be collecting property taxes on time through February 17th. Again, you have 3 options. You can mail them, drop them in the drop box, or you could stop by our office. We'd be happy to take payment there as well. And then finally, last week, Thursday and Friday, I want to recognize 3 participants for income tax services. And last week, the 3 of us went to income tax training, and that was Joe Azog, Tracy Leininger, and myself. So we are preparing to do income taxes starting February 5th. And if you are interested and you are low income, disabled, or a senior, you can call the senior center and set up an appointment. Thank you.
Thank you, Treasurer.
Number 7 is public comment, and this is a portion of our meeting that's set aside for those in the audience who would like to have public comment. If you would like to do so, please raise your hand, and after you've been acknowledged by our chairperson, approach the podium, state your name and your address. And we ask that you please limit your comments to 3 minutes, and we do not have any written requests this evening.
Okay. Anyone in the audience would like to make a comment? Okay, we will close that part out, Madam Clerk.
Number 8 is unfinished business.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth.
just about 5 minutes ago, I thank the mayor and the council for bringing recreation back to the city. Sometimes you put your foot in your mouth up here. I forgot about all the volunteers, and I see Julia Batoko sitting over there, and the Teamsters and the city workers, and the ones that donated time and material. So I kind of take that back, that the council and the mayor should get credit, because those folks out there are the ones that really brought the parks back up.
And I appreciate you bringing it up, Mr. Wadsworth. There were a ton of people.
Forgot somebody, I totally apologize.
You know, we couldn't have done it without
Without
council
a
support,
lot of hard work,
without
Mayor.
employees, Teamsters, Michigan Regional Carpenters, a ton of people just,
The list goes on and on. I mean,
Tony.
everybody here campaigned for it a year ago November, but
Oh, thanks
those
for
are the
bringing it
folks
up.
who-
Yep.
those are the folks who brought it back. Except you, Bob, don't say it. So I apologize for the first comments. Let's move on.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth.
Number 9 is new business. Number 10 is communication.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Kraut.
I need to thank my wife Sandy, and the reason I'm thanking her, she put up with me for 40 years, and yesterday was our anniversary, and I'm glad to have her for a wife, and I love you, Sandy. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Happy
Happy
anniversary.
anniversary.
And happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe?
on the note of recreation, February is, you have your Valentine's Day and what have you, and the Romulus Recreation is putting on a mother-son Valentine's Day dance on Thursday, February 19th. It'll be held at the Romulus High School cafeteria from 6:30 to 8:30. It's $18 per couple, $7 for each additional son. And that includes all kinds of stuff. You get a flower for your mother, a picture with your date, music, dancing, pizza, and much more. But you need to register in advance at the City Hall here. We're open 8 to 4 o'clock, and the deadline for registration is February 13th, and again, that's going to be held on February 19th. also, if you have weight to lose, you need to run over to the rack and the Romulus Athletic Center and become part of the Mayor's Challenge. Fitness Challenge is going on. Started today, it goes through March 19th, and the contestant who loses the highest percentage of body weight over 8 weeks, there's different prizes you can win, and there's a men's and a women's category. So if you need a little bit of motivation, there you go. So, other than that, again, Mr. Martin, happy birthday.
Thank you, Ms. Roscoe.
Okay, if there's no more communication, number 11 for approval is warrant 15-01.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Choate?
I'd like to make a motion that we pay warrant 15-01 in the following amounts. General Operating Fund, $81,128.27. Major Street Fund, $151,035.72. Local Street Fund, $358.63. Cable is $288.99. Street lighting, $43,886.82. Oakwood SAD, $97.39. Community Employee Activity, $3,200. Sanitation Fund, $84,659.74. 911 is $2,292.97. Law Enforcement is $3,256.53. Narcotics Enforcement Fund is $2,260.91. DDA Goddard Road Construction is $20,611.63. Water and Sewer is $603,937.46. Motor Vehicle Fund, $7,804.34. Technology Services, $1,833.95. Retirees Insurance Benefits, $196,351.39. And the revolving fund is $1,632.55. Payroll fund is $92,306.17 for a grand total $1,296,943.46.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Choate, supported by Mr. Kraut, to pay warrant number 15-01 for $1,296,943.46. Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, and warrant number 15-01 will be paid.
Number 12 is adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Makowski for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. We are adjourned. Thank you.